on the audio circuit to give a little more bass. It had the typical, .022 microfarad ceramic disc capacitor in there, and I changed it out to a .1. I didn't want to go crazy on it. You put a 1 in there, it sounds like a really bassy tube rig, but changing out from the .022 to the .1 did get a little more bass. So hopefully it sounds pretty decent up there.
Yeah, it sounded really decent up here. 116 tonight, Ranger. I got the water gate going on you. I'll post it up there on YouTube so you can see what you're doing, what kind of damage you're doing with that DNA. No doubt about it, you're working it up here in Pennsylvania tonight. South Carolina, 116. I'll keep it short because the conditions are up and down on this end. 116-441 on this Demco Super Satellite.
Roger on the Demco Super Satellite. You were up to about S7 that time. This meter kits about 9 plus, and that's about as far as it goes. Yeah, I found that dealer on the internet that was selling the EM6 tubes for $7 a piece. They were selling for $7 including shipping, and you can use that in the Phantom. And so I bought a whole truckload of them. I'll have to count them up, but I know I got over 30 tubes sitting there in the box, so I'm not I'm not worried about the tubes in this thing. That's one of the big drawbacks, but that guy had all those tubes for $7 a piece, and I just about bought him out.
Yeah, if at that price, I would have bought as many as I could afford to part with money. At that price, I certainly would have done the same thing. But right now, I'm in the market for 31 LQ6s. I put my backup set in the Fire Chicken here, refreshed the Fire Chicken, getting full output, so I need to get another backup set of 31 LQ6s, and that was the conversion that I made. But more importantly, I resurrected the Demco Super Satellite, so this is the first time it's been on Classic Radio Roundup in quite some time. So that's what I'm going to run tonight, this Demco Super Satellite, 116-441 Classic Radio Roundup.
It's even prettier now. That was before I cleaned it, and it looks even better now. Anyway, somebody down here, I had to give them the bad news. They bought me a Palomar 200X, little 3-tube, and unfortunately it's got the 6 LF6s in it, 2 of them, and man, they're toast. They look brand new, but you put them in the tester and there's no emissions coming out. And of course, those tubes, the cheapest I could find them was like $60 a piece. And on top of that, there were some other parts that burned up, so I just had to give a friend down here some bad news. I know he's not too happy to hear he's going to have over $100 repair bill to fix that thing.
Well, them sweep tubes ain't cheap, and they ain't getting any cheaper. But the 31 LQ6s I can still get for $10 a piece, so that's the route I'm going to keep the backups on the Fire Chicken. But more importantly, Demco Super Satellite Classic Radio Roundup.
So I did learn something new. The 6 LF6 and the 8950 are almost the same tube. I didn't know that. They're basically the same tube, except the 8950's got a 12-volt filament, and the 6 LF6 has a 6.3-volt filament. But you can also use the 6JS6Cs, which are basically the same thing. You can get those for $45 a piece. I told him about that, but that's still going to be $90, and that doesn't even include me going in and rebuilding the rest of it. So, well, anyway, I'll be looking forward to hear that video gate. I want to hear what this radio sounds like now that I've modified the audio filter, plus, of course, the old Phantom. I've heard it locally, but I hadn't heard it in DX. I did get a 25 over S9 report out of California off the 6-element curtain array, and I got a 30 over S9 report off of Tucson, Arizona. And that was on AM. Both of those signal ports are on AM, so it's smoking.
Yeah, well, you're smoking up here. There's nothing but noise when you unkey. And when you're talking, it's a good solid S7 up here. A good solid S7 on the antique Demco. Sounding good. Really nice audio. I'm glad I caught you on this radio because this is a real nice hi-fi type rig. So you'll like the way that your audio sounds when I get you up on the Watergate video gate. I'll keep it short because I don't know how long it's going to hold. 116-441 up here in Pennsylvania. Classic Radio Roundup.
Yeah, well, definitely classic on this end. 1979, 1980 radio, and of course it's probably about the same vintage on the Phantom. I got a pretty good price on it. I can get a steel, but I got it for $288 plus shipping, so it came out to like $313. So I mean, for an absolutely mint condition tan and brown Phantom, I think I did pretty good. It wasn't a steel, but I didn't get took either, and it really does. It looks like it just rolled out of the factory. I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of it. You got a real nice beauty there. I wish I'd fell across something like that. I'd stick it right here in the station. But, you know, everybody's got a little bit of this different something toy to play with, and that was a nice find you got there. No doubt about it. 30 seconds left of my video gate, and then I'll upload it, try and upload it before actual start of Classic Radio Roundup. Let you finish it up, pick it up with some of the other guys there. Night Ranger 441.
I'm going to sit here and listen, and if swing's back a little strong in your direction, I'll speak up. I'll stand back as well. Night Ranger down here in South Carolina, listening in to the Classic Radio Roundup. All right there, Night Ranger. Night Ranger. We'll catch you in